Australia has the means to end HIV transmission. Molecular epidemiology of HIV is indispensable for guiding evidence-based interventions, improving health outcomes, and ultimately working towards ending HIV transmission. New human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, diagnoses in Australia declined by 46% between 2013 and 2022, here, thanks to sustained community-led responses in combination with public health efforts in implementing prevention measures, here. Although part of this decline may be due to the restrictions during the coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, lockdowns in 2020 and 2021 leading to restricted movement and change in behavior, ongoing efforts in increasing HIV testing, early HIV treatment and increased uptake of pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, have been critical in reducing transmission. Highly effective treatments for people with HIV lead to viral suppression, at which point HIV cannot be sexually transmitted, here, and, when taken as directed, HIV PrEP is nearly 100% effective at preventing acquisition of HIV, here. These prevention measures have led to a striking decline of HIV infections among gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men living in the Sydney inner-city area, here. In its final report, the 2023 National HIV Task Force states that genetic-based surveillance including molecular epidemiology and phylogenetic clustering can be useful in tracking HIV spread, and recommended Australian state and territory governments partner with people living with HIV to develop a pathway for the adoption of molecular epidemiology techniques, here. Molecular epidemiology and phylogeny are study fields that use genetic data to better understand the patterns of disease transmission. These were highly popularized during the COVID-19 pandemic. Using genome data allows us to investigate what factors drive the HIV epidemic, determine how public health interventions affect transmission, and, importantly, identify gaps in current prevention measures. Studies involving molecular epidemiology are very cost-effective. For HIV, they make use of data already available via pathology laboratories. HIV genome data are routinely assessed to identify the best treatment strategies for individuals, and at the population level for HIV treatment guidelines. The HIV genome is used to check for drug resistance mutations that may affect treatment effectiveness, including PrEP. HIV demographic data, e.g., risk exposure, are routinely collected by state public health units for new HIV cases notified under the auspices of the National Health Security Act 2007 and Public Health Acts of each jurisdiction. These data are used for the quarterly New South Wales HIV surveillance reports, here. Studying the data, using a combination of HIV genome data and demographic data, we compared similarities and differences in HIV transmission clusters in NSW. Clusters represent a group of genetically similar HIV genomes that are more likely to share a common source, i.e., are part of a local transmission network. These networks are drivers of the epidemic and represent gaps in prevention. Cluster analysis is an add-on tool for mapping increased transmission that would not be apparent from